Hello, this is Community Unity Now, the D Tycoon Show. I am Trudy Leong, Administrator of the Rogers-Parker Chamber of Commerce. Bill Morton, President of the Rogers-Parker Chamber of Commerce, is not here with us today. My very special guest is LaShun James. She is Vice President of Government Relations and Community Relations. Government Affairs and Community Relations of Addus HomeCare. And how do you spell Addus?
Addus, A-D-D-U-S.
Awesome. Okay, so is that just a name, or does Addus represent something?
Well, Addus is one of the largest home care providers in the state of Illinois. We have been around since 1979 and providing home care, home health, and hospice services to seniors, veterans, and people with disabilities. Mm-hmm. So yes, we are one of the largest home care providers of the state of Illinois.
Mm-hmm. So when you talk about hospice, does that mean that hospice care in the home?
Hospice care in the home. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. And does insurance cover that?
Yeah. So there's the state waiver. There's various ways of payment. The Medicaid, managed care, private pay, long-term care insurance, veterans, and again, private pay.
So Medicaid does cover that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And Bill Morton met you in Springfield on Lobby Day. So what were you doing there?
So as Vice President of Government Affairs and Community Relations, yes. My role is to educate our legislators on the importance of keeping our seniors at home where they want to be for as long as they want to be and out of institutions. And so I'm in Springfield, lobbying. I'm a state lobbyist for Addus. And again, just making sure that our legislators understand the importance, how our seniors continue to live gracefully by staying at home with supportive services. For example, bathing, grooming, dressing, meal preparation, and running errands for our seniors and out of institutions. And by seniors being at home, it saves the state of Illinois millions and millions of dollars. Mm. Yeah.
And then, what is the pushback? Why do you have to work so hard to get this?
Well, let me just thank our legislators and our governor, who understands the importance of our seniors and who have been very supportive of that. But what happens is we need to continue to have a rate increase so that we can pay our caregivers. When you think of healthcare, you think of your doctors and you think of your nurses. But rarely do you think of those caregivers, those workers that go into the homes to help seniors with their activities of daily living. And so we want to make sure that they are paid a living wage. And to do that, we need to continue to have a rate increase so that we can pay those workers who deserve a great living wage.
Understood. So could we call them frontline workers because they're hands-on day after day?
Absolutely, Trudy. They are our true frontline workers who never stopped. Even during the pandemic, we provided their PPE, their gloves, and their masks, things that they needed to continue to go into those homes. So again, those caregivers are deserving to have a decent living wage.
And oftentimes it's a very hard work. They might have to help lift the patient, and they have to they need a lot of strength.
Yeah, they do a lot. Lifting and helping seniors from one room to another, getting them up out of bed and making sure they're eating, a breakfast or lunch or dinner, preparing meals, escorting them to and from doctor's appointments, you name it. It's just those hardworking caregivers. And I don't know if I'm just biased or not, because I remember being in high school, and my mom used to leave the house early in the morning. And Trudy, I didn't even know what she was going. And I'm like, Mom, why are you leaving the house so early? But long story short, my mom has been a caregiver for 38 plus years. And so I just have a passion and a love for our caregivers that continue to help our seniors every single day.
So they, some of them are really bedridden and they have to move them around so they don't get the bed sores as well, right? That's very difficult.
Yeah, and so our home care workers now, I want to make sure our home care workers, we are non-medical, so we don't do anything medical, but we can definitely help them, move around in bed, try to get them out of the bed, to have a more socialization experience, and the companionship is amazing. Those seniors look forward to our caregivers coming to their homes to help them with their activities of daily living.
If I may ask, how much over the minimum wage? How much are they getting paid? Is it a living wage right now?
Well, they're about $18, $18.50, $18.75. So yeah.
And are they usually full time?
So the beauty of caregivers is you can be full time or you can be part time. So yeah, it depends on their schedules, and we work definitely with those caregivers to maximize their schedules in terms of providing services to our clients.
Mm-hmm. I know that oftentimes unions try to ask the government to raise the minimum wage. Is that what you're trying to do in Springfield, to raise the rate? And so it's not exactly the minimum wage, but what kind of rate are we talking about?
Well, and again, I must say thank you to our legislators who have been truly amazing, and our governor who helped us year over year. We're always, as the president of the Illinois Association of Community Care Home Care Providers, and we're always advocating for $1, a quarter, whatever that we can get in the budget to make sure that those wages continue to grow. And they've been totally just very supportive. This year, January 1st, we received $1 increase to the rate, so that we are able to continue to pay and increase that rate for caregivers.
So it's only on state level. There's nothing that you have to go to like the local level or federal level to ensure what you need to ensure.
Yeah, so I think it's important to work on the federal level as well, because that's where the state gets their funding.
Okay.
So the congressional level, and again, I often go to Washington, D.C., meeting with congressional members or at the Congressional Black Caucus to meet with congressional members. But it's important to really have those relationships and to continue advocating on the federal level as well as the state level, so that that funding can continue as we continue to support our seniors that are living longer, and again, who wants to stay in their homes.
So how has the state of affairs been? Have there been cuts, federally, or any cuts that you're concerned about?
We're always concerned, but we have not, to my knowledge, have had any cuts. But if we don't get an increase, it's okay, because we're able to remain. If we're able to remain where we are, that's a blessing without having any cuts. So we are in a good position, because again, we've not seen any cuts, but continuing to advocate for our seniors.
Are there any other issues that you're concerned about when you meet with when you in your role as a lobbyist, as a government liaison?
Well, again, just making sure that legislators understand the importance of supporting our seniors and our caregivers, because again, how it saves the state of Illinois millions and millions of dollars, and just paying our workers, being able to advocate for them as well as our seniors, because when you think of healthcare, you think of your doctors and your nurses, and you don't think of those folks who never stopped during the pandemic, taking care of our seniors. And I understand sometimes there's a workforce shortage. You know, I never would have seen this in my life, but you know, to try to recruit and to try to maintain workers, it's challenging. So we have to be.
Is there a shortage now?
There is. Oh, it's you know, we're still recruiting. We're still trying to get more workers. But yeah, I've never seen anything like it before. But we're still recruiting. We're still hiring, and those that are interested, we welcome folks to come. And I tell people, one of the things that's good about the community care program is that we're able to hire family members. So if you're taking care of your mom, you're taking care of your dad, and you're trying to work, then we can do that. We can hire you to take care of mom.
That's the best employee ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The only thing is, I can't hire a wife to take care of her husband, or a husband to take care of his wife.
And why is that?
That's the state rule. We just can't pay a wife to take care, but we can certainly pay a son to take care of mom or dad, or you know, a family member.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there a term for that? That kind of setup?
It's called family caregiver.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or a preferred worker. That means that you, as a client, get to choose who you want to be your caregiver. Long as they apply with Addus, one of the providers, and go through our training, then you have the right to choose who you would like to be your provider, your home care worker.
So you mentioned earlier that there's a shortage of workers. So is it that there's a shortage of workers, or is there an increase in clients?
I think
because the population is aging.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of people with disabilities too.
It is.
For instance, like Bill, he's still very young, and then he got into that accident, and then he was like disabled for over 6 months. Even now, he's not fully recovered.
Yeah. So the state of Illinois allows providers to hire family or preferred workers, but again, that client would have to be assessed through the case coordination unit and qualify through the state waiver program. So, and the qualifications is that, one, you're 60 years of age or older, you live in the state of Illinois, and your asset level is less than 17.5, which does not include your home, and it does not include a car.
75,000?
17,500.
Okay.
Yes, is an annual income.
And there's a lot of people that qualify, right?
Yes.
Okay. So again, are there more people that fall into that category that are needing caregivers now?
Absolutely. I mean, the population is aging in place, and they need home care. They need providers. They need us to provide those activities of daily living so that they can continue living independently.
Okay, so the state waiver program, if there, what is it? What is being waived? I understand that there's like setting this in place, this care in place. But what would be it if it were not waived? What's being waived?
So it's no cost. is at no cost. Because again, Medicaid is picking up that cost. So if a client, if a senior qualifies, then it's no cost to them to get home care services.
And is there a limit as to how many people are on the state waiver program, but yearly or annually?
Not to my knowledge that it's no maximum or anything of that nature.
So recently, I was studying like lobbyists, and then I realized that legislation action day, I don't know if that's what they call it, but like opposing sides, like the union and business organizations, they would get together and then discuss their opposing sides so that they could come to some kind of consensus so that they could both support the legislation and have that legislation going in there. So what about home care? Do you have an opposing group that you have to compromise with as well? Let's say Legislative Action Day.
Yes, so we have a great relationship, and we continue to have that relationship with SEIU, the union that our workers belong to. And we constantly come to the table and try to talk through that so that so we're on the same page, so that when we are in Springfield, we're saying the same thing versus being trying to be against each other. So it makes sense to work with SEIU to make sure that, one, seniors are taken care of, and their workers, which their members, which is our workers, are being cared for as well.
Well, then you should be always on the same page then, because of course they want their members to get more wages.
That's right. That's right.
So you don't have any groups to contend with that oppose your goals then?
Not that I know of. Not that I know of. And again, just our relationship, our partnership with SEIU to continue to work together, to grow together, so that we're not opposed of each other.
Well, are there any other? I understand like the rates and the. But so there aren't any other issues that you're concerned about. It's just that you have to keep the race on the radar for the legislators.
Yeah. Just making sure that we, that our caregivers, we continue to advocate to get them up to a decent living wage. But no, we are just again educating folks on the importance of aging in place and the importance of supporting our seniors. And as my grandmother used to tell me, she said, just keep living, and we will experience what seniors are experiencing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So when you started, how were you a caregiver at one point, and how did you land this job? And you seem to be very good at it. You love the job. So what happened in the beginning to make you decide on this career?
Oh, that's a good question. So my career goes back to the Chicago Housing Authority. Been with them for 10 years. Okay. I kind of started the Resident Services Coordination Program in the Senior Chicago Housing Authority. I did 10 years with the City of Chicago, the Chicago Department on Aging at that time. And then when I started with Addus, I was a agency director for Chicago, and I didn't know about seniors and started to grow and getting out in the community. And then I tell you, I just thank God for the leadership at Addus, who recognized my skill set and my passion to continue helping our community of seniors. And so started in the Chicago office and continued to grow from agency director to regional director, and then regional vice president of business development. And then one day, my CEO and my senior vice president said, "Hey, we got something for you." I'm like, "What is that?" and so now in government, but yeah, it's been all my life. I've been working with seniors, and I just started with straight out of college, working for the Chicago Housing Authority, and from there it just continued to grow.
So did you major in government policy, business? What did you major in?
Oh, my major was corporate communications.
Okay.
My undergrad, and then my master's was health and human services. Yeah.
Oh, so both of them did come together then.
Absolutely, absolutely. I wouldn't trade my career for anything. I just think that I feel like our seniors shouldn't need anything. Shouldn't need anything at this point in their lives.
And then what about when at CHA, was there like a lot of seniors? Because we know of seniors that had apartments. That the CHA checks on their apartments to make sure that the landlord is treating them right and all that. So, do you have like a lot of clients that like are connected with CHA?
Absolutely. We serve as clients in the Chicago Housing Authority.
Okay.
Absolutely. And I still work with them as well.
Okay. And so, what was the learning curve like? What was the learning curve like for you in this job? What was most difficult? Was it educating like the junior legislators, the freshman legislators? Or what's the hardest part of your job?
Educating and speaking and presenting was the best. That wasn't the hardest. That was the easiest because I'm a people's person. And when people can feel your passion, and that's my passion, is to educate people on our seniors and giving our seniors the respect and dignity that they deserve. That was the easy part. So I think the hard part is to make sure that our seniors are represented all across the state of Illinois and all across the country.
You know now that I hear again and again on the news about how difficult the rent is, and like 60% of people, I think, are really struggling to keep up with the rent. So what happens with those seniors that need your care and then are trying to meet rent? What do you do? What happens with those?
Yeah, and I'm not in that part of the arena in terms of, the rent, but we are an advocate, and I am able to work with so many agencies. I'm a people's person. I am a person that has resources and colleagues in all over places, but we have to continue to stand up and talk to our state legislators in their district office. They want to hear us. They want to know what's the problem so that we can work with them and so that we can advocate. And if policy needs to be changed, if we need to add policy, then let's do that. But we have to work with our state leaders and our community leaders, our city leaders, all across the state of Illinois.
What is the percentage now, like in Illinois, of the aging population? Do you have any figure off the top of your head?
I don't have that, but yeah, it's growing. It's constantly growing. Yeah. And we work closely with the Illinois Department of Aging, and I have to shout out to the director, Mary Kelo, who have really worked with community, who has a passion with working with communities to make sure that our seniors are taken care of.
If our viewers want to learn more about Addus HomeCare and the work that you do, where should they go?
Well, they can contact me. My name is LaShun James.
Spell it.
LaShun, last name James, James. Again, I am Vice President of Government Affairs and Community Relations. I work with the faith-based community and all partnerships throughout the state. Let's talk about what we can do together. Contact me at my email, ljames@addus.com, or call me at 708-227-9223. I look forward to speaking with you and partnering with you at any time. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, LaShun James. Thank you for sharing your time with us on Community Unity Now, the D. Tycoon Show. From President of the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce, Bill Morton, and me, Administrator Trudy Leong.